IT Supplement Dad checking in. I'm going to do a quick little review on Ecdysterone by Huge Supplements here on the way to work. Alright guys, we are talking about Huge Supplements Ecdysterone. This is essentially a plant anabolic type supplement. It was previously used on plants, and they did some studies and found some pretty profound benefits in terms of weight trained males who took this supplement in comparison with the placebo males. And I've taken one whole bottle, and this is now my second bottle. I do want to say that I was quite dubious before taking this particular supplement. I know right now the trend is to take Ecdysterone. You have other supplements like Sapogenics. And I just want to be clear, I'm not sponsored by anyone. I pay for all of my supplements with my own money, to the dismay of my wife. And perhaps in a future video, I will give you guys that testimony from my wife in terms of how much money I spend on supplements. But again, working out in calisthenics is something that I enjoy. It gives me sort of some serenity, because I work about 20 hours a day. I'm currently doing my MBA in parallel to work, and I have 3 beautiful kids, but they're very young. Young kids are always a huge commitment. They require a lot of time, and of course, I'm always trying to ensure that I spend enough time with my family, including my wife. And I think with these 3 things going on, it becomes very challenging. So sometimes when the stress gets too much, usually what I find to be beneficial for me and what alleviates some of this perpetual stress that I feel every single day is going to the gym, clearing my head, and just thinking about the weights and thinking about these calisthenic movements that I'm progressing towards. All of that. But I think back to my original point, I'm not sponsored by anyone, nor do I plan to ever be sponsored by anyone. This channel is intended to give you unvarnished supplement reviews on everything that I've taken, everything that I find effective, and of course trying out new products when and if that time comes. I'll link to some of the NCBI studies in the description, where you can actually see the clinical studies that they did on this supplement that resulted in increased anabolic response, aka increased muscle recovery, muscle growth, protein synthesis, all of that good stuff. It does take some time to really become efficacious and for your blood serum levels to begin reflecting the Ecdysterone. I give it at least 1 bottle before you kind of expect the results. For me, I began seeing results right around, I think, week 2 or week 3. And not so much results, but more so the effects of the supplement. At least what I found was that as I was taking it, my pull-ups became significantly easier. I was actually experiencing very drastic strength gains, and it was clearly a distinct change in terms of my training, how much strength I was able to accrue in a short amount of time. And overall, I think my progression in the gym every single day was beyond what I normally would see. And now that I'm on my second bottle, and I'm about halfway through my second bottle, I took about a month break between the first bottle and second bottle, which is not optimal. It also gave me a chance to understand during that hiatus what would happen. Would I notice any drawbacks in my training? Would I notice the lack of ecdysterone between the months that I took it? And again, I think my opinion and hypothesis was validated again, because during that month I went back to my regular kind of progressions. And I'll speak specifically about calisthenics, where there's a lot of different types of movements that you do, and it is of course very dependent on your muscles, your ligaments, your tendons. There's a lot of movements that really strengthen those ligaments and tendons first, so you can actually keep yourself up in the air or whatever it is you're doing, whether it's training for a planche, or you're training for a front lever or a back lever. So I saw a very, very profound change when I was taking this supplement for that first month, when I stopped taking this supplement for the second month, and then when I started taking this supplement again for the third month. So I will tell you honestly, and this is my opinion, and everybody's body is different, but ecdysterone is a supplement that does work, and the research also corroborates that. And they did a double-blind placebo study, and the group that took the supplement in comparison to the placebo group experienced significant anabolic response and whatnot. So that's my review on ecdysterone, guys. The final thing I do want to add about ecdysterone is, so I believe it was the day before yesterday when I did the 2 scoops of crack. Before my workout, I had about a quarter cup of cream of rice, and I took my 2 capsules of ecdysterone. And folks, let me tell you, my workout was not of the norm. The overall intensity, strength, power output were on a different level, and I certainly credit it to the ecdysterone, because I have taken 2 scoops of crack before and it didn't feel like this. So what you'll see in this workout is exactly that. My overall intensity and workout were just on a different level on this particular day. With that said, guys, enjoy the workout, and I will see you on the next one.
some damn more, yeah. If I catch the odds, then I'm up in the damn score, yeah.